Today we're going to look at and experiment with different types of water drums. I'm not going to address jar drumming today, as in volume 1 in this series is all about making music with mason jars, and we're not going to look at making music with tea kettles today either, because in volume 6 I touched upon those in the hand drumming video. So mainly we're going to look at water drums floating some sort of playing surface, piece of Tupperware or some gourd in the water of a different bowl. So we're going to look at floating drums is what they're called. And before we look at that, I want to talk about just stainless steel moving water inside a stainless steel bowl while playing it. So you can have fun with that sound. So that's super fun. And then what I want to try to do real quick is, it doesn't really float very well, but this cardboard popcorn container I've had for a long time, because it sounds kind of like a pretty cool drum. But whenever you put it on top of the water, so with this one I have to kind of pick it up and play with it and kind of hold it right on the water. To get the different sounds. So I'm going to pour these in, and traditionally this type of drum is just a gourd, either inside a bigger gourd or just some gourds, say sitting in a lake or something in a pond. So I'm pouring a little bit more water in here, and if you can find a gourd, they sound really cool. This gourd by itself, but here in the water, so you can play with it with your thumbs, with your fingers, with mallets. And one of the things is, if it touches the side, you're going to hear the rim a little bit more. So you might see me trying to keep the drum inside the middle of the place, inside the middle of the bowl there, floating on the water without touching the edges. So here are some chopsticks with some door stops on it. Just gives like a nice soft mallet sound. If you notice here in the middle versus the edge, sounds different. And sometimes when you're playing with these harder mallets, it'll push the Tupperware down into the water a little bit more. And it depends on if you want them to be kind of floating in there. It changes the sound, however you do that. So here are some moleskin on the end of these, and you can just kind of play with these as well. Play around like that. Also just regular sticks you can play. can play around like that. You can also add the rims into it as well. Try to do different grooves that you know, kind of like here's this wah won't go. You can play with that. Just playing with one, you can always play with the effect of pouring water as well. I think this is a super fun thing to do in the bathtub. You can kind of set these up and kind of play like that. Set them up like this, just in a swimming pool, like a little baby pool, or a sink, or any place that you have some water that you can flip some bowls over in. Hope this gives you some fun ideas for water drums.